you again. Today we get to hear another story of what Jesus says makes us unclean. Now, I don't know about you, but what makes me unclean is spending a week on the river without a shower. Oh. Or maybe you got stuck in the rain and you fell in a big puddle of mud. But in our story today that comes from Matthew chapter 15, the religious leaders of the time seem to think that what makes you unclean is that the disciples aren't washing their hands before they eat.
Hey Jesus, why don't your disciples wash their hands before they eat? Don't they know that makes them totally unclean?
Now that might be gross, but we don't really believe that that's what makes a person unclean. And Jesus, as usual, turns it around and replies,
Don't you see? It is not what you put in your mouth that makes you unclean. Whatever you put in will go through your body and come out the other end. But whatever comes out of your mouth is what makes you unclean. For that comes from your heart.
And what Jesus is saying is it's not what goes into our mouth that makes us unclean, but instead it's what comes out of our mouth that makes us unclean. Because whatever comes out of our mouth comes from our heart. And some of us have probably said some pretty mean things in the past. When we get wrapped up in our emotions, and before we could even think about it, something horrible came out of our mouth. Like calling someone a turd brain, or pointing and laughing like, ha ha! But in our story today, Jesus calls us to remember to be careful with what we say and what comes out of our mouth. It reminds me a lot of what my mom used to tell me, that if you don't have anything nice to say, and so as we go today, I want us to remember that whatever comes out of our mouth, whenever we say something to somebody, that we might take a moment to make sure that whatever is about to come out of our mouth is something that is grounded in love. That whatever we say, we remember that comes from our heart and reflects who we are as a person. And while we might not always be perfect at it, we have to at least try and practice it. So let's choose our words carefully. And not only our words, but whatever we put out there on Facebook, or Instagram, or Snapchat, or Discord, and all the other ones I can't remember right now. That our words have power and we must choose them carefully so that we do not destroy somebody else. Because what comes out of our mouths is not a reflection on anybody else other than ourselves. So remember, if you can't say something nice, then maybe I love you guys so much. I've really enjoyed making these children's messages over the summer and staying connected with you through these videos. But I want you to know that we are going to be taking a few weeks hiatus, and we will be back on September 13th for our brand new Growing Together. I can't tell you much about it, but I want you to stay tuned and keep an eye out because details will be coming soon. I hope and pray you have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you again come September 13th. Bye-bye.